Get myself adjusted here. Whew. I'm late. I'm late. At least I was. I was late to start. Hello, hello. How are you? Unique heartbeat. Cute. Hello, hello. All right. I have to do some sharing because sharing is caring. Sure. There. I have shared to enough people on that one and now share on this one and away we go. So I'll tag him. That would be one way to sit and hang out with my grandchildren is if they join the live. That would be kind of funny. Sure. Sometimes I wonder if sharing it out is really all that important. I'm sure for those that are on Facebook and TikTok and all of that, that they are the ones that are on Facebook. I mean, that. Oh, hang on one second. I realized I did not adjust something here. I'm sorry. Let me put your bed by the window. I did the vacuuming and all that cleaning, and I didn't put your bed back. How's that? There. So much better, huh, Bubby? Have to tend to the dog, that's for sure, right? He is the baby. He is the baby. All right. There. I think we're settled now. Now I'm just going to have some tea for a minute. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you doing? Say hello, where you're from. Nice and hot tea. Hello, hello. All righty, I'm going to be pulling out the cards in a minute here, and I'll be doing an energy check-in. And yeah, and then we'll do the global meditation in a little bit. We're going to be doing a global meditation for peace, unity, love, and truth. Unity, peace, love, unity, truth. Yeah, those things. Hello, hello. How are you? Hey, nice to see you. I'm just about at 333. I'll put my tea down and change it so that my keyboard's not in front of me anymore because we don't really need that for the live. I need space for the cards. 1010. Perfect. I saw 1010 earlier and was a little bit, I was trying to get started at that point, but I was late. I put out a channeled message today on, I was getting music ready. Okay, so apparently that's the one we're going to go with today for the meditation, but I wasn't quite ready to jump into the meditation quite yet. We were going to do some checking in on the energy. And so I channel messages. I have a very, I have a spiritual practice that I do every morning, and it's pretty simple. And I think that sometimes people get spirituality confused with, that it's some kind of, you go on an ayahuasca journey or, like there's this concept of like you're having this big experience of something, or you're going and accessing it through other people, right? Like you're going to some kind of event or gathering. But spirituality is every day, all the time. Like we're always interacting with spirit, because spirit is the consciousness that fills the space between everything. It runs through you and it runs through the air. Big bird just flew over. Not one that's typical here, but I didn't get a chance to figure out what kind it was before it was gone. But back to the point. So one of the things that I am very much trying to teach people is to have sacred relationship with everything in your life, because I have seen the field of consciousness, and I have seen that the space between all of us is not empty. And I have also seen the energy that resonates off of plants and or yourself, and how interacting in that relationship is what creates the flower of origin. So we're in a relationship with everything. It'll seem, simple, but I'm in relationship with this cup. And that cup is hot on the bottom because it was sitting on a heated plate. Ouch. Don't do that. So the cup's hot. I'm in relationship with this cup. I can be in good relationship with it or bad relationship with it. I could treat it like crap. I could toss it around. I could drop it. I could break it. In fact, I did chip it. I chipped it in the dishwasher. I have the piece to put it back though. But yeah, I can treat this as just an object, or I can treat it as if it is a thing within my space that if I put good energy into, will have a better relationship and it'll last longer. With all things, if you treat it with sacredness, you will keep it longer, right? Think about if you treat your dog with care. I know you have a dog. I have a dog too. They look very well, kind of. They're both the tan, short-haired dog, but yours is Cass is more like lab, pit bull, shepherd, beagle cross. I call him my golden potato or my golden sausage, because he's tubular. He's tubular. He's all around the best boy. But when you enter into sacred relationship with your pet, right, you treat your pet much more different, right? When we look at our animal as sacred, then we might look at the things that we're giving it and go, yeah, I'm not going to give him that because that's not good for him. Like it's not healthy for him in any way, shape, or form to have that junk, just like it's not for me, right? If you treat your pet with sacred and have a sacred relationship with your pet's definitely going to benefit from that, as are you, because the relationship, the us or the we, that involves both of you, right? And what you put into it, you get out of it. It's just the way that it is. So if we enter into sacred relationship with everything, right? Honeybee knows that I also have a nonprofit. The nonprofit that I have is Hugs for Homeless. And so in my nonprofit, if we enter into sacred relationship with all life, right? Sacred relationship with people who have less than us, the less fortunate, right? We can look at that and we can say, well, I can enter into a sacred relationship with my house because my house is keeping me safe. It's keeping me warm, protected from the elements, right? Like there's so much value that you have within your house. And if you start to look at your house as something that is sacred, which it is, right? There are hundreds, there's thousands actually. Hundreds is just not even enough. There are thousands of people homeless just in Canada. So if you have a house, an apartment, a roof over your head, doesn't matter. That should be something that you think of as a sacred thing. It's very much a sacred thing to have a roof over your head, to have that protection. So if you enter into that relationship with your house is going to give back to you. Your house is going to be, it's going to just be a better dwelling because of the energy that you're putting in it. So yeah. It's the way to look at it. So enter into sacred relationship with everything in your life. 10-10 on the timer. So we're getting 10-10 all over the thing. It does. When you watch a house, when people move out and nobody lives in the house, you can watch the house decay. You can watch it decay so quickly. And that's because of the energy, right? It's the same thing if a person, is just like about their house is probably going to look a bit dilapidated, like it's not cared for, because it's not, right? So that's one of the things that helped me change. I had a lot of trauma, and then from that, mental health issues, and I would love to do anything but clean, because clean was punishment when we were children. So in order for me to clean as an adult, I was punishing myself. It was just something I had to work through. And many of us have that dynamic, right? We have that dynamic where we have to work through. Hi, Christine. How are you? Hi, everybody. Say hi too. So I would rather do anything else but clean, because clean was punishment, and I had to work through that. And once I worked through the dynamics of that, I became cleaner. But that still didn't change. I got ADHD. I'm on the spectrum. I know, I'm looking at it. We're 0606. We're on the portal today. Good day to be doing this global meditation. Ooh, what a good day with the 6/6 portal. It's going to be good. All right. Then I go get myself all thinking other things and lost in thought. So anyway, sacred relationship. We should be in sacred relationship with everything that's within our life. And when you start to do that, the moments become more sweet. I don't even know how to really to describe it. Hello, Johnny. How are you? Right? When you sit in sacred relationship with your tea, right, then you're experiencing your tea. You're not rushing. You're not doing something out there while, how many teas I've let go cold because I just was, doing 100 other things and not actually having my tea. I wonder how much extra tea I drank just because I didn't sit with my tea. My higher self is going a lot. A lot. So the reason why I'm talking about sacred relationship is because I wanted to talk about what I'm working on now. And one of the things that I'm working on a book, and I've started writing it. I got this notebook. when I went out the other day, and I decided to write a book inside this book, a book inside this book. So I started writing a book on elemental magic. And I'm on day 3 of the earth section, because it's going to have a 25-day practice to do within it. So I'm very excited about this. And so I brought something with me for right now. Where did it go? Okay. So for my practice in working with the earth, I picked a rock. And this is the rock that I picked, because I got this stone a long time ago, and it always looked like a little bit like a talon. And I just absolutely loved everything about it. I've had this for several years. And I've carried it with me everywhere. So I'll give you guys a nice little view of, right? It's just a very, very cool rock. And like I said, it reminded me of a talon. So this is the rock that I do my work with when I'm doing earth magic, or, working with the element. And when working with the elements, like if you're somebody that has wanted to do work with fire or water, or, anything like that, to play with the elements, right? If you want to do that, the first thing that you have to enter into is a relationship with that element. Okay. So I'm encouraging you to enter into relationship with the elements and to make it sacred, because all relationships should be sacred. Okay. All righty. Let's pull out the cards and get started on that. But I think what I'm going to do first is read the channeled message. Now, I did share this message on my channel already, but I'm going to read it out now because many people, if you're here, you're meant to hear it. If you're here, you're meant to hear it, or you're meant to catch it on the other recordings on Facebook or on TikTok. No, YouTube. That's the other one. Okay. Why do you care so much what other people think? Why do you allow their fears or unwillingness to be brave or stand out or create something or just to be true to themselves to hold you back? Why do you listen to those who are too afraid to change tell you to remain the same? Your joy and love for things is far more important. You losing out on joy or love just to make someone else happy, and that's not even the case. You are not making them happy because they truly do not care. Let's say you love fairies, and your friend thinks they are childish, stupid, or just plain made up woo-woo. You choosing to disregard your love does nothing for your friend or you. You lose out on your passion and stay aligned with someone who doesn't want you to just be yourself. When you embrace the things you love, the people aligned with you and those passions line up. And because you are being true to you, those who align are truly aligned. You only have one go at this in this form. So enjoy it, live it, and not on a screen watching others live. Go enjoy nature, animals, plants, people, life. Go be a part of it in all your glory. Shine your light so bright, little sun. And that was the message, that channel message that came out this morning. And I've talked to you about this before. What I love to give people is sovereignty. I like to teach you how to do it yourself so that you're not constantly looking for a guide. You're not meant to seek outside yourself. You're meant to remember. And then once you remember, go do it on your own. So to channel these, like when I do my channelings every morning, like I have a spiritual practice. I meditate in the morning. I do breath work. I tone. I do stretching. I speak decrees. Like I have a whole process, and that's my process. And everybody else can make their own process, but you should have some process, some connection, right? You should have some part of your day should be for your body. Some part of your day should be for your mind. Some part of your day should be for your spirit. You know, like you should be giving yourself the full, the full of life. So I do that in the morning. And after I've done all of the decrees and the meditation and the alignment and calling in my oversoul and calling in my monad, then I grab this book, and I've talked before, this is a cheap book. I got it at the dollar store for $1.98. It's just a standard composition book. I do suggest getting a nice pen though, because it's always nice to have a nice pen to write with. And you're just going to get yourself into a mindful state, right? So you're just going to do some breathing and just, silence your mind. And then you're just going to get your pen, put it on paper, and you're going to ask for a message from your higher self. You could ask for a message from your spirit guides, and just write. Don't censor it. Don't censor it. You just write it. Just free write it, whatever comes out. And it might sound silly. It might sound like, oh my God, they're just gushing at me. Like it might sound funny. It does not matter. Just allow it to flow. And after you've written it down, then read it back and receive the message that was meant for you. So I write these ones. I ask specifically for a collective message. So a message for the collective. And then I also have another book, which is just mine. And I do my own messages to myself. So you just write. And the more that you do this, the more that you begin to develop the practice, the more you trust yourself, the more it flows easily, the less you question what you're writing down or second guess yourself or doing all of that. Okay. So that's, you have to live it. And that's really all it is. Just you have to live it. All right. Let's do the energy check-in with the cards and see what we're looking at energetically. And then we'll get into the meditation. I'm so looking forward to this meditation. 6-6 portal. Ooh, fun. All right. And actually, I want to check something. I want to see what we're sitting with the signs today. All right. According to the living sky, that is. Sun is in Taurus, Moon is in Capricorn, Mercury is Gemini, Venus is Gemini, Mars is Aries, Jupiter is Gemini, Saturn is in Pisces, Uranus is in Taurus, and Neptune is in Pisces. Nice little run up. And Capricorn is in Pisces, or sorry, Pluto is in Pisces. All right, let's see. Spirits, can we get a good message for the collective, please? Let's see what the collective energy is doing. Okay, those two wanted to come out. All right, can I have some more cards? What else do we have? We don't have to have a lot of cards, that's for sure. We're just asking for the collective energy. All right, let's start with these two. All right, so number one, we've got the Two of Earth, but the Two of Earth reversed. And when the Two of Earth is reversed, that means that there's imbalance somewhere. Earth is related to worth. It's grounding, rooting, stability, and it's your self-confidence, your self-worth, how you value yourself. So whenever you're working with tarot cards, hi, Carol. Whenever you're working with tarot cards, always remember that the earth element is the worth element. So it's all about your worth and earnings, right, is part of that worth. All right. So when it's in the reverse, it can be talking about overwhelm. So when we think about the collective society, there's a lot of people that are in overwhelm. Like the stuff that's going on is just, they are not, they're allowing it to devour them. That's really the energy that I get from that. And it gave me chills just thinking about it. Right? They're allowing the negativity and the chaos, the confusion, the illusion, the fog, the outright lies, all the stuff that's just really to overwhelm and to just really occupy their day, to take the place of everything. So there are a lot of people that are overwhelmed. We're also seeing, I was saying today that it was really interesting that we've seen all these prices rising, right? So we get talked to about how, inflation. But you know what didn't inflate? TVs. Right? Like for the most part, electronics have stayed the same. Why? Because they want us buying them. They want us sitting down and buying them. But our food prices, some have risen over 1,000%. And not only is our food prices rising, like this is where you can understand how this system is working right now in order to create these things for people, right? To create that overwhelm. Because, we take the prices are going up, the package size is going down. And then when you weigh the stuff, it's not even what says in the package. So you're even getting less than what you paid for, right? So we had shrinkflation with the size of the packaging. So something that used to be, say, 230 grams is now 210. Then you take and you weigh that and you find out that there's actually only 190 grams in it. Right. And then you can't even look at that. You're actually paying that to be poisoned. Like we're actually like, just any way you can give it to me, please. We're just I don't see it. But keep giving it to me. Right. And that's the imbalance that people are in. And the overwhelm that's being applied on people, because as the prices rise for the things that are good for us, and that puts it in a position where we're not able to buy those things. And it's a challenge. So the two, because it's the Earth card and we're talking worth, it can also be talking about that financial instability, and many people are experiencing that. We are also can be looking with this card at poor planning and also difficulty juggling responsibility. Hey, right? When we're looking at these, like we see that in the system, right? Like when we look at the top, like they're not planning, they're not doing these things for the benefit of humanity. There's a lot of planning that's going on, but not the planning for what it should be, right? So we're, and many of us are having a hard time juggling all the responsibilities, right? We have families that are sick, or we have people that are in care, we have loss that we've experienced, we have pain, or we have all these things that we're experiencing on top of and then you take the ones that are awake, the ones that are awake and are like, oh my God. I mean, we're probably having a more peaceful time. We're probably experiencing a more regulated nervous system. We're probably, for the most part, experiencing less overwhelm, less of that stuff. But we're still dealing with the fact that we've known all this stuff, and as it's being revealed, and the people still going like, I don't see nothing. That's very hard to stand by and just be, okay, I guess they're not waking up yet. Guess this wasn't the one. Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one they'll see it. Maybe the next one they'll see it. So the Two of Earth invites you to dance with life's shifting energies rather than resist them. Whether balancing work, relationships, or finances, stay flexible and trust your ability to manage it all with grace. The key is harmony, not perfection, right? And that is very valid. It's always about harmony, right? We're not, as there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection should be just called refinement. And hi, Myers, how are you? I'm going to do our global meditation shortly here. All right, so we have the water in the reverse, and this is stagnation in the past, clinging to the old or to old wounds, difficulty letting go, and fear of moving forward. It is a big, small world. Absolutely. So when we're looking at that energy, right, like we are seeing a lot of stagnation, right? Like I think a lot of us are like, okay, let's start seeing some stuff. Let's see this movement. Many of us are stuck in the past and clinging to what used to be. We can't go back to what used to be, because even what used to be when it wasn't as dysfunctional as it is now still wasn't what it should be for humanity, right? Like that's not the way that we are meant to live. And the transition to how it's supposed to be versus how it is going to be bumpy. Bumpy is a good way to say it. There's going to be bumps along that pathway, right? It's not going to be like smooth. It's beautiful. Boom. We're exactly where we need to be. There's going to be some bumps along the way, but many of us are clinging to the past and holding on to that. And like I said, what we need to be looking for is what is the truth and how are we meant to be living? And that's what we have to be creating, is those systems so that they can take over when the current way that things are doesn't exist anymore, right? So it's not about not needing any governance or any law or anything like that, because there would be an element of that. It's just the way that it's formed or structured, or the people that hold those positions, they are there by frequency and vibration and integrity and like things like that, as opposed to now where it seems like the NPCs are running the show, or like the lowest members of society have been put in the highest positions, right? Oh no. Yeah, that's my battle has always been between, I love living out in the country, but I really, for what I do for my job, I need to have good internet. It's great where I am. Like, it's beautiful. All right, let's see what else is there. The Six of Water reminds us that the past is not something to be trapped in, but rather a treasure trove of wisdom and love. Whether this card signals a long lost connection, a childhood dream awakening, or a past life memory, trust that it has resurfaced for your highest good, right? So we want to look at the stuff and gather the information from it and move beyond it. If something comes up, allow ourselves the opportunity to heal that, but not to go and sit in that energy. Like, we're not supposed to be sitting there looking at all the bad things that happened to us when we were children and reliving that. That's how we stay stuck in that victim mindset, right? We want to take what we gather, what we learned from it, or how it allowed us to grow. We want to take that information from it and evolve, grow, become stronger, right? Oh, I didn't like that. Well, I don't like these characteristics in an individual, so that doesn't align with me. I found out that in my relationship that I was like this, and that's not something that I think is a great thing. So I'm going to work on myself so I don't show up in relationships this way. And I'm also going to simultaneously note that I don't like these things. So when I see those in somebody else, I'm not going to align with them. That's how we're meant to do it. But instead, we tend to more often go, they were a narcissist, they were a terrible person, they were toxic, they had all these problems, they did this to me, they did that to me. And, so I just need to find somebody that's not like them and I'll be okay. Everything will be okay. Not realizing that the very you that had that person is going to be the same you that's going to get a similar person, similar, maybe not the exact same, but very similar. Oh, we got a good card coming out here now. So, like I said, this is a collective reading. So we have people who are stuck in the past, not willing to let go, not willing to evolve, not willing to do the introspection, just really clinging to that. Maybe being codependent. It's a very toxic Pisces energy is what this would show up as in the reverse. And we have people who are experiencing all that financial instability. They're overwhelmed. There's definitely individuals that are experiencing that. And then we have the ones who are, hi, Chicken Mom. Aw, I love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. Can you tap a couple likes on your way out? No, just kidding. The tapping point came in. It was just perfect. Ooh, which toe? Which toe? Because there's all kinds of energetic meanings for body parts and stuff like that. So, all right. So we got the King of Earth. So the King of Earth, like I said, Earth is worth. Outside right baby toe. Ooh. I'll look in on it. I'll give you a thing in a minute. So the King of Earth is mastery, prosperity, and leadership. So, like I said, for some people, this experiencing, yes, yes, exactly. Do you know what I did? I broke my toe. I broke my middle toe on my right foot, and that was the clear message that came through to me was slow the F down. Clear as day. Just popped in, slow the F down. And I was like, yep. It's a lovely thing when you're connected and it comes in like that so easily, right? It's a beautiful thing. 333 on the time there. 333, 4 of them. There we go. 4 of them. Yeah, I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, why did I do that? Why did it hurt? And then I just heard slow down. And I was like, why did, oh yeah, that's why I did that, because I need to slow. And I was doing all kinds. I was having like little dings and nicks and stuff like that. So it was a sign for me to slow down. All right. So with the King of Earth, many of us are experiencing leadership, success, financial mastery, stability, reliability, practical wisdom, abundance, responsible decision-making. So there are those of us that are showing up in this way. Carol's like, I broke bones too, and they told me something else, but it was different bones. So the King of Earth reminds you that abundance is built through patience, strategy, and care. True prosperity is not just about accumulating wealth, but creating a lasting, secure foundation that supports your growth and the well-being of those around you. Right. And that is what we're looking at. With the King of Earth, it's legacy level wealth. It's not just wealth for me, it's wealth for the next generation. And sometimes the next generation after that. This is a very strong Capricorn energy with the King of Earth, and same thing with Taurus and Virgo, but definitely Capricorn, because, you know, Capricorn is concerned with legacy and it's built on integrity. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart, for the gifts. Appreciate you. And thank you for liking. Thank you for joining. So do we feel good with that message? We've got some in the collective who are struggling financially, while we have those in the collective who are refining and mastering, and they are, you know, they're assured, they know who they are. And we're also going to see the transition of wealth too, right? We're going to start seeing wealth not being given to those who are false lights, right? Like you think about someone like Deepak, right? All the people that were paying for Deepak's services are going to be looking for somebody else, and they're going to be looking for somebody that is a true light, somebody that is, you know, teaching them the truth about spirituality. I like to teach you to be embodied, and that's about that. Do we want to? Let's do a couple 44 keys, because I love these little cards, and it's my life. So, and then we'll get looking at doing our lovely meditation. All right. Okay, we'll take those two. Nice. And one more. Nice 3. They're like all right, we got 3. Peeking. Cute. Okay, we actually had 5, but that's why I chuckled, because I said 3 and then 3 came out at once. So that made 5. All right, so one card, and this may apply to somebody, is called the Trial. The Trial is, the affirmation is, challenges refine my strength. And they are. I thank my lessons a lot more than the experiences. Although the experiences are a lot of fun and can be quite enjoyable, the lessons taught me so much and got me where I am. Difficulty exposes structure. What holds under pressure is what is real. Trials are feedback, not verdicts. Skill grows through response. So your practice is to name the challenge, extract one lesson, and then apply it today. And there's a lot of, like, these two kind of go hand in hand. We've got the creative spark, the affirmation, creativity flows naturally through me. Remembrance, creativity is expression, not performance. It increases energy when used. Small outputs keep it active. Okay, so we just want to be doing creativity, little bits every day, just little bits every day. Okay, so your practice is to create for 10 minutes, no editing, stop on time. So just a quick little creative moment, and that will keep that creative spark going. All right, the last card is the first step. So every path begins with a single step. Remembrance, progress is built from small, consistent actions. Waiting for certainty delays movement. Action clarifies what thinking cannot. The next step is enough. So your practice is to choose one 5-minute action, complete it now, and then record what changed. All right, we're going to get ready to do the meditation. Remember, we're going to be doing some toning. I'll be talking about different sacred geometry in the meditation. Don't worry if you're not familiar with the sacred geometry that I mentioned, because your higher self, oversoul, monad, all of that knows exactly what I'm talking about. So they'll make sure that the symbol is correct. Yeah. And I'll do the toning. You don't have to tone with me, but if you feel compelled to tone away. If you feel like speaking light language or anything like that, go ahead and do that. I'm not going to hear you. You're not going to interfere with me at all. So that's that. I'm going to have some tea so I can get my throat in a good space, because the toning is going to take take some of my throat. So I need to make sure it's good to go. Carol's like, as a singer, I could tell you some warming techniques, or all that stuff. I could give you some things just to get your throat ready. Yummy. Yummy. Ooh. Oh, I can't show you. It's on my other phone. I can't, oh my goodness. So this morning we've had a lot of cloud in Alberta, a lot of cloud. And it seems like every time we turn around, you look at the forecast and it's more cloud, more rain, or it'll tell you like tomorrow's going to be sunny, but then tomorrow comes and it'll tell you, nope, it's rain. So we just went through from 4 or 5 days of just overcast and rain and just, weather. But I've been working with the sun. I try to move the clouds. Like I work with the wind and, work with the air and, moving the clouds and, got the clouds moved. So I've seen the sun for the last couple of days. This morning, the sun came up, and when I do my morning routine, I wake up facing the sun, and it's actually a part of my morning routine, because one of the things that you can do to help to decalcify your pineal gland is sun gazing in the early hours of the morning and in the late hours of the evening. And so I try to do both. Humming is another, or Om is another great thing to do for your pineal gland, right? I make sure that I eat a holistic diet. I have, EMF device things around my house. I unplug my Wi-Fi every night, and then plug it back in when I start to use it in the morning. I spend a lot of time out in nature. I don't eat a lot of meat. I'm mostly vegetarian. But when other people have meals with me, if they eat, I don't avoid meat. I just look at where I get my meat from. So it's a point. But anyway, this morning I was sitting there and the sun was coming up, and it was so bright and sparkly behind the leaves, right? They're just like dappling. And so the sun's just through it. And then all of the little pollen and stuff like that was floating in the air, and it looked like glitter. It looked like someone flew above the house and dusted it with glitter, and it was just flying all over. It was so pretty. Hi, Midlight Purple. You're here just in time for the meditation. Must have been why I was very lengthy with my chitty chat and my tea. It's so pretty. I'll send you the video. I took a video of it, Carol. I'll put it up too, because it's just so cute. It's so cute. I was going to show you, but then I realized it's on the phone that I'm on TikTok with, so I can't show it. I'm on it. Yeah, it's just so pretty. It just felt like, I don't know, just magical, right? And why not? If you open yourself to the magic of life, if you open yourself to miracles, then the magic of life reveals itself to you, and miracles unfold for you all the time, and so much more, with so much more ease. So yeah. I can't wait to show it to you. And I'm very happy because I have the sun today. The rain that we were supposed to have all day is not going to be all rain all day. It's not. I think I'm finishing this tea. I'll go grab my water very quickly. I'm going to give me 2 minutes before we get started. So I'm going to run to the little girl's room. And I'm going to grab my water, and then we'll start probably right at 11, like probably 4-minute round trip. I think less than that, but right at 11, we'll start it. Yeah, I'm so excited for the meditation. I am. I have to do better at extracting the meditation and putting it up on TikTok and YouTube. as just the meditation, but maybe I'll remember today because I'm talking about it right away. It's always possible. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you guys looking for in your, what are you guys looking for? What do you guys have any questions? Ask any questions. I'm going to go and, like I said, I'm going to go and switch this empty cup of tea just about for a glass of water. So if I need it when I'm doing the meditation, when I'm toning, I'll be okay. And I'm going to go to the ladies' room and then we'll start the meditation. But if you have any questions or if there's any way that I can support you on your healing or awakening journey, just drop down the question or whatever in the thing and I'll do my best to answer it. If it's something that I can answer or feel like I want to answer on screen, or otherwise I'll tell you. Send me a message and I'll respond in a message or something, right? So anyway, that's your task in the next few minutes. Carol's holding the floor. She's got the floor. She's got the power, the veto power. No. If anything gets asked out of line. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. I'm going to go switch this for my water and go pee real quick. And then we will start the meditation. Look at that, 11 on the nose. Yay. All right, we're going to get started. Hi, your daily hug. I don't know if he showed up here, if it just told me he showed up online. I'm giving out hugs anyway. Hugs. Hugs. Does that feel like an okay level volume-wise? I squeeze lemon in my tea. Okay, perfect. Because you know me, I'll soften my voice a little bit while we're meditating as well. All right, so this is the global meditation part. We're going to be using sacred geometry. I'm going to be toning. I'm going to be using somatics to help with our meditation. We are going to be using sacred geometry. Did I say that? I might have said that once already and I'm going to say it again. We are meditating on peace, unity, love, truth, and also getting everybody on their highest timeline. Okay, that is a part of the meditation. Okay, so I just have to make sure that before gotta pop. Sometimes I forget to do it. I have to put the meditation, the StreamYard comments over to the side. All righty. Okay, sorry. Moved something and then it went away. All right, we got it. I got it over to the side. Everybody is good. Okay, so for the meditation, again, make sure that you put your device somewhere secure, just in case you get a little, soft with your muscle tone, that you don't drop your device. As well, make sure that you are in a good position. So you can do this lying down, or probably be better if you're seated upright. So seated upright with your spine tall. Okay, we're not slouching over. Okay, we want to think about our posture as a part of everything, right? You should be checking in on your posture every day, throughout the day, to make sure that you are sitting upright. Okay, so seated upright. You can even feel like there's a imaginary cord pulling up from your crown, holding you in that upright position. Okay, and we're going to begin. So the first thing that I want you to do is just gently close your eyes. No, I'm kidding. All right, welcome. Today we are gathering not to impose, not to control, and not to override free will, but to become coherent, harmonic resonance within the living field. We gather in peace, we gather in love, we gather in truth, and we gather in unity. May this meditation serve all willing and consenting beings, Mother Gaia, all non-speaking life aligned with harmony, and the highest timelines available to each soul in accordance with divine law. Take a slow breath in through your nose, pause, and exhale gently through your mouth, like you're blowing out candles. Again, in through the nose, deep into the tummy, up into the chest for a brief pause, and then out through the mouth, nice and slow. And when you're exhaling, allow yourself to slip into the space that comes up, allowing it to become more and more around you. Another deep breath in, all the way into your belly, up into your chest. The pause before a nice, long, slow exhale. Before we transmit outward, we stabilize inward. Feel your body. Feel the chair beneath you or whatever surface you're seated upon. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel the breath moving through you. See around you beautiful golden filaments, strings that are running through the air. And as you breathe in, source, consciousness is breathed in with you. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax your belly. There is nowhere to force yourself to be. Now bring your awareness to your heart center. Visualize a luminous point of stillness in the center of your chest. A point before thought, before fear, before separation. This is the still point. This is the eternal center. Allow the tone to move through your body like a wave of peace. Visualize two intersecting circles forming the Vesica Pisces. These two spheres of light overlapping, one above, one below. Spirit and matter. Heaven and earth. Self and source. Where they meet, the Vesica Pisces forms. This is the geometry of birth. Creation. Union. Coherence. Allow the field to soften. Allow the heart to open naturally. Lila. The Vesica Pisces multiplies into the flower, begins expanding outward, forming the flower of origin. Living geometry. Harmonic symmetry. The architect of interconnected life. See every circle connected, every being connected. Every life influencing the whole. Now we send harmony through the emotional waters of humanity and Gaia. See ripples moving outward across the earth. Through oceans, through hearts, through nervous systems. No force, no control. Only harmonic invitation. Now, from the center of the flower of origin, a rose spiral emerges. The harmonic geometry of life. no attachment, no possession, no emotional control. Coherent love, stable love, living love. May all willing hearts remember coherence. A golden Merkaba surrounds your body. Visualize a tetrahedron or a pyramid facing upward, nesting inside a pyramid facing downward. If you're unfamiliar with what a tetrahedron or a Merkaba is, these two tetrahedrons that are interlocking are spinning in perfect harmony. This geometry is surrounding you and the earth. In both places spinning in perfect harmony. As the Merkaba spins, it places the planetary light body into a stable space. And that's what it's doing with your light body, is stabilizing it. And you don't need to visualize it for it to be there or for it to be spinning in perfect harmony. Set the intention and know that it's happening. Now we anchor into Gaia. Feel your energy roots descending into the earth. Into crystal, into soil, into stone, into water, into the very mycelium network that all plant life roots into.
May Gaia stabilize into her highest harmonic expression. Now, above the earth, see a canopy of stars. Ancient suns, living consciousness, cosmic memory. May all willing beings remember their place within the living consciousness.
Visualize the earth stabilizing in concentric harmonic light. Feel the field settling. Feel peace without force. Love without attachment. Unity without assimilation. Truth without fear. May all transmissions offered today serve only the highest love, the highest good, divine love, divine truth, divine law, and the sovereign evolution of all willing beings. May Mother Gaia be supported in her highest harmonic expression. May all life move toward greater coherence, peace, and remembrance according to its own sacred path.
And so it is. Take a deep breath in. Feel your body. Feel the earth. Exhale. Feel your seat. Feel your heart. And when you're ready, gently return. And welcome back. That was a 30-minute meditation because we started about 2 minutes after 11 by the time I did the talking, and it's 2 minutes after 11:30. So there you go. I'll try to pull that one apart so that it can be on just that recording, and I'll put it up on the YouTube channels. So that'll be there. And yeah. Aw, hi Denise, how are you? I'm glad that you enjoyed that. That's the meditation, the flow that I'm going to establish for the meditation each Saturday. So I'm going to try to keep with the same pattern for the most part. But that's our meditation in the highest good of all and the highest good of Mother Gaia. And yeah, I'm great. I've really decided, I've had some really amazing experiences, definitely spiritual experiences recently, and have begun to, it's not a practice anymore. It's just the way I live, I think, is the way. Actually, HRY is the more correct way. It would be HAY, actually. Hey. If we did hey with an A, HAY, that'd be how are you? Hey. That we'll change it. We'll make it the new one, and it'll just be HAY, and everyone will be, what are you? What is hey? And we'll be like, it's how are you? And they'll be like, no, that's HRU. We're taking it back. Hey. See, it would be so much better. Hey, how are you? Hey. I like it. It's done. I'm done. That's it. Yep. Hey, how are you? I'm fantastic. How are you? Right? Let's just declare it. I wanted to drink a couple of the times. Yeah, you made the old new again. The correct phonetics new again. Who knew? I made a flour dough starter. My flour dough starter is called Mama Gaia, all one word, Mama Gaia. So that's my mama, and I took a baby from my mama today, and I am going to make sourdough pancakes for brunch. Yum. I'm looking forward to it. I have a video on my thing. It might be on this one, or it's on the Sharia and Lorian channel, like it's one or the other channel. A no knead bread recipe, super easy. I can either tag you in it or send it to you. Let me think. I'm pretty sure it's on this channel. No knead bread. It's so easy. But I do put a lot of content up. However, nope, don't do that. I want that. Okay. Just that way I could type in the right handle. There, I tagged you on the post. I have a funny story about that. I have a funny story about that. And I followed you back. I didn't realize I wasn't following you. No, we're not going, even though could, but let's just decline invites for a bit. We're not going to co-host right now. Yay. Yeah. So I tagged you in it. So this funny thing, my mom sent me, when I moved out here, my mom gave me her one bread maker because she'd gotten another one. So she sent me with her original bread maker, which I think sometimes she probably wishes she had back, because I think the old one works better than the new one. But anyway, so I brought it out here, and I used to joke with my mom, and I'm like, you sent me with your machine, but you never taught me how to use it. You just sent me out here with it. And mom's like, oh, I'll tell you how to use it. But anyway, right after I got here, I found a no-knead bread recipe that's so easy. I ended up giving that to my mom, and now she doesn't even need to use a bread machine. You literally mix all the ingredients in the one bowl. You let it rise for 1 to 2 hours, and then you just fold it. You fold it over. You spread olive oil on top of it. Like drizzle olive oil on top of it, and then you fold it 4 times. Fold it 4 times. No kneading. Fold it 4 times, and then you transfer it into a loaf pan. Let it rise for however long till your pan, like until it's risen to could take up to an hour. And then in the oven, 30, 40 minutes at 350, and boom, bread. Yum. It's so easy. It's so easy. So yeah, I tagged you in the video, so you'll be able to check that out. But let me know if you make it and how easy it is. And don't forget the sugar. If you do, it still turns out okay, but the sugar gives it the whoosh, the foo, 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 foo. Nice. I like that. Nice. Yeah. I really enjoy doing holistic things, like making things from home too. It's so nice. And yeah, just being more in relationship just with stuff. That's neat. That'd be interesting to try. Right now, all of my yogurt is saved for my dog. He's got some powdered vitamin stuff that he's taking and a dewormer, and he'll eat it up in yogurt, not a problem. So I get him, and it's good for his tummy too. And then I also give him pumpkin. And those are the 2 things I give him his medications in, and he eats it without fail. Easy peasy. And I make popsicle treats. So I take yogurt, I put a scoop of yogurt in the yogurt tins or the muffin tins, right? Put yogurt in the bottom or top, either way, and then pumpkin. So pureed pumpkin and yogurt. That's all that the treats are for the dog. And you just freeze them, and then you pop them out of the muffin tin, and you just give them to your dog. If you have a smaller dog, get the mini ones, and they make like little bite-sized ones for big dogs, or they make little ones for the other ones. And they're great because you get a yogurt with probiotic, which is great for their immune system. So it boosts their immune system in their gut. And the pumpkin is so soothing. It's just really good for their digestive tract. And they love the flavor of them and gobble them up. And then in the summertime, it's a really great treat when the heat. Yeah, so the little mini ones. You might have to you can find even smaller molds though. And it might work for you, Denise. If you have a Chihuahua, give me 1 second. I'll show you. So I buy these things so that I can do, so I can make my own gummies, as well as, so I can make my own gummies, but also so I can make little treats for Cass as well. So I've got a bunch of these would be perfect for the size, like these little heart ones. I was thinking about these ones immediately. I got these at the dollar store. Right? So yeah, just a little, I would probably, if I was making them, I would probably just mix the pumpkin and yogurt together and then just fill them with it, as opposed to doing it separately, right? But when I do them, I got cupcakes, cupcakes and hearts, and ice creams and lemons, citrus ones, so far. And then I have dog bone cutouts. So you can also, I take the pumpkin yogurt and add flour to it, and unbleached or wheat flour. Like I would use the good stuff with my dog too. But you can mix it with the yogurt and the pumpkin with flour. You can turn it into a dough, is what I'm saying. And then you can roll it out and you can make cookies with it. Very nice. You can make, I have coconut flour and almond flour and stuff like that. I probably use the coconut flour with him. So you mix it in with, and you turn and roll them out into cookies. So you just pumpkin, yogurt, and your flour of choice. So like I said, I'd probably use coconut flour with Cass, and then you roll them out and then you just cook them like 12 to 14 minutes, 350. Mm-hmm. And there you go. But you got dog treats made from the same stuff. Add peanut butter. Then you have peanut butter pumpkin but like just peanut butter. Right? I've been enjoying it. I fell in love with life, with just life in general, and with that sacred relationship with everything. So, I'm sure that if people looked at me in my house, they would think I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as I'm sitting there holding my mother dough, my mother sourdough, and, like loving up on it, and, like just like, and just loving into it. Right. But you get what you put into it. I'm pouring a whole lot of love into that. And so, yeah. So I think that's just, it's beautiful. Right. Like I pour love into my water every day when I make it. I speak into my water. Yeah. So I cleaned the house because I love the house. I don't clean the house because I like cleaning. I clean the house because I love the house. And because I want to be in a good relationship with my house. That's why I clean my house. And so I thank my house for making me stay, like make me like to keep that relationship. Mm-hmm. Hello, pop over here and give a little love on this channel. I appreciate that. Oh, I love it. Right? Like it's just perfect. Yeah, I love it. And water is very like water's sentient, right? Like water, all of the elements are more than what we just think it is, right? Absolutely. I pray over my water. I actually make what I call a structured water, and I speak into it every day. And then when I drink it, I'm also thinking things. Anytime I'm interacting with water, I try to stay in a high frequency and a high vibration with it, because if you could see the field around you, that would change the way that you're going to interact with everything in life. Because when you see that all around you is consciousness, all around you is the field. It's this beautiful golden, it's like stardust. It's like sparkles, like gold sparkles everywhere, because it's not, remember with quantum physics, like when we're talking about quantum physics, right? It's particle or waves. And when you put your awareness on it, it collapses into a wave form. And that wave form is moving. It's undulating in relationship to your frequency, your energy, which is your thoughts, your emotions, all of that. And the plants and everything are radiating an energy out from them as well. So these plants, they're beautiful energy coming out from them. So when we're in sacred relationship with, just think about the field, not sacred relationship just with the plant that is part of the, like is a being, right? Like plants are alive. There's life force energy in them, just like there's life force energy. So I'm not talking even just about having a sacred relationship with the plant or the animal. I'm talking about having sacred relationship with the field of consciousness itself. and realizing that you are in relationship with that field the entire time. So it's being more aware of how you are interacting with everything, and interacting with yourself, the love that you pour into yourself, the thoughts that you're having in your head. And they're not even in your, like, your consciousness is not local. Your thoughts are not local, right? They're non-local. Your body's local. And I don't mean local like crazy. I mean, mine might be a little crazy, but all the best people are. Just a little teeny bit, right? So yeah, I've became in that space of, so your body is the present thing. That's what keeps you tethered. It's your anchor into the physical realm, right? So we're not here to become so spiritual that we bypass our body, that we escape the body. That's not, then we would not be here. if we're not in the body, we're not here, right? And our consciousness is leaving every night. Right? We can astral project, we can travel, we can do all of those things. Our consciousness, our spirit, our soul, our monad or oversoul, whatever terms, like all that stuff, that's traveling everywhere. That's multi-galactic, multi-dimensional, like it's all over. It's not tethered. It's tethered to your body, right? So it's, your body is what keeps you in the physical realm. And we have to come back to our body. We have to be aware of the relationship with that and the relationship with everything else around us. And that the relationship that we have with this is affecting the field of energy around us the entire time. And you can think about the field, right? Like, think about, this is, I've had some psychedelic experiences. So I've done DMT and I've done psilocybin. And did I say it right this time, Carol? Because I can say it 100 different ways. Psilocybin, which other, however we, psilocybin, I don't know. You just have to change the way that's, and when having those experiences, you can see how you can collapse the field in the sense that there's not really distance doesn't really exist. It's as weird as that is, right? I had the ability under psychedelics to collapse the field of vision, or to collapse the field so that it was like a wall of plexiglass right in front of me. It was just solid. Nothing, like, you're just like solid, and then layer it all the way back through the layers. And you realize that, you know, to get from here to there is just a matter of collapsing that field to you, and you are there. Because it's energy and light, right? You're already there. And so these are, you know, like, it was a really profound experience that I had, understanding and seeing the world breathe with itself, and all of that. So yeah, I journey for the sole purpose of exploring reality and healing, and awakening to more of the truth. And I quite enjoy those experiences for sure. They're a lot of fun. They've been very revelatory, I will say that. But yeah. In my private channels, I will talk more about those things, like on my group things and that. Yeah. See, I was the opposite. I had experienced so much trauma and stuff as a child that I had nightmares, and a lot of times they were just black mirrors. So, and I called them black mirrors because there was no picture, just all sound or all feeling, right? So I would feel terrified, I would feel all of the stuff, but I wouldn't get any visions. So it wasn't like terrible about that. So I think that I liked avoiding dreaming for those purposes because of the nightmares, but I do love the dreaming part and stuff like that. Yeah. Now I don't. I know I'm doing a lot of traveling, a lot of working, right? Like many of us are. We're working in the astral realm, and you know, we're doing a lot of things. We're doing a lot of things when we're sleeping. I love you too. And yes. Yeah, I did that for quite some time. I had a whole bunch of finches on the feeder right then, yellow finches. It was nice. Only one remains, the little girl. I have to fill up that feeder too. But yeah, I used to sit up all night too, until I did the healing, and then I was okay after that. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, I've been on here for almost 2 hours this morning, so I am going to get going. Absolutely. Yes. Go join the free group on my website at least. I do have 2 paid membership groups. One of the membership spaces is tailored to those who are on their healing journey. So it's to we'll be doing, talking about regulation next week. I love you bunches too. We'll be talking, our live talk is going to be on regulation next week. It's me and Carol. We'll be doing teaching, and then after the teaching, we're going to converse and have a talk about lived experiences. And, it's not therapy, but it's an adjunct to therapy. And you're going to walk away with a lot of practical tools and skills to help you on your healing journey. The other group is the Embodied Leadership Circle, and this is for those that have done awakening or done healing and are focusing more on awakening. And so this is for you to step into living your mission, living your passion and your purpose, and basically walking your light on earth. So that's the Embodied Leadership Circle. So we do different things in that group. We talk about a bunch of different things, but everything comes back down to, we work with the nervous system. I do one-to-one sessions if you're looking for trauma and nervous system support. I do one-to-one sessions on that. And if you're looking for a self-guided thing, you could take the Return to Center, which is a 10-day self-paced course. So you can take it as long as you want it. It has around 20 practices that it gives you that help you to return to center, to the present moment, to your body, to the truth, because your clarity returns when you return to the moment. So that is available as a standalone purchase on the website. And there's also Return to Self, which is my 6-week, 12-session full trauma course. And if I get enough interest in that, I'll run that live again. But that's once I have the interest in it. But you can purchase it as a standalone right now. It's all recorded as a self-study. But if I did get enough interest in that, I would totally run that as a new run through. So you'd have get to go through the course again. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go and make sourdough pancakes and speak wonderful words to my mother sourdough, and do all kinds of fun stuff. All right. Mwah. Love you. All right. You guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time back here. We're talking about embodied spirituality, and on Sundays we do the check-in on the energies of the week so we can walk in harmony with the sky. That's what Sundays are all about, but it's all about embodied spirituality around everything else that we do. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Hey, I don't know about your name.